Yes.
Thank you. Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Michigan's Secretary of States recently, I think it was yesterday, had a big Zoom call. They broadcasted it on C-SPAN. And they talked about how it was extremely secure. It was a historic level of security of the election. What would you say to them?
How many of you believe it? I mean, if it was, why not open the door? If it was, why is Secretary Benson trying to prevent the release of a forensic report relating to the machines? If it was, why weren't Republicans allowed in the counting room? If it was, why not explain why $500 million of private money dictating the manner in which elections were to be run was allowed into the management of the elections? You know, all of these secretaries of state have acted contrary to their expressions. I have never investigated somebody. And again, I'm not saying that this is criminal, okay? It's important to understand that. There's a difference between violating statute that protects the integrity of the elections and committing a crime. There's a profound difference. And you don't have to prove a crime to prove that the election didn't follow the law or invite fraud. But I've never investigated anybody who was guilty who wanted me to see the evidence that they possessed and controlled. And I've never investigated anybody who was innocent who didn't want me to see the evidence that proves their innocence that they possess and control. Open up the doors. If it is that safe, let's get the ballots. We can take ballots and we can take envelopes, and it's very easy to do forensic analysis to determine whether they were fraudulently cast. If it was done fairly, why was there the intentional destruction of the chain of custody of ballots from drop boxes? If it was done fairly and openly and securely, why do we have affidavits of people who said they were taught to commit fraud? Democrat employees of Democrat cities saying they were trained to commit fraud. If it was done fairly, then where is Jesse's trailer? 250,000 filled out ballots disappear on a trailer that has GPS. And they can't find it? They'd rather speak to his mother and his ex-wife. If these things were done fairly, they would be acting much differently. So I have my doubts, and by goodness, as an American citizen, I have a right to have my doubts. All of us do. 54% of Americans do, and we have the right to answers, not this, don't worry, nothing's going on. There's no fraud here. It doesn't cut it.